Hello and all, welcome to a Galaxy Mantra channel here. So basically I just got home from seeing the new Child's Play movie right now, and this is my non-spoiler review, so there will be a bit of spoilers in this review. So if anyone doesn't want to hear any spoilers, please go away now, then come back and watch this video. So spoiler warning. So basically what happens in this new Child's Play Chucky reboot universe is basically there's this company called basically Casnia or something like that, and there's this one guy that puts a computer kind of chip into one of the dolls, with one of the buddy dolls. So basically the dolls are called buddies in this, instead of the good guy dolls like from back in the old Chucky movies and stuff. So I like, don't get me wrong, I like the way they kind of did this Chucky, but like I kind of wanted it to stick to the original continuity of the old Chucky also. It was like they were trying to push this Chucky to be like better than the original Chucky, in like the original Chucky movies and stuff. If you guys know what I mean. Like I found this movie kind of like not like a cop out. Instead of the other originals, I prefer the originals over this one. Don't get me wrong. Mark Hamill did amazing. As the voice of this universe, Chucky. Don't get me wrong. He like Mark Hamill did amazing. I love the whole when Andy basically gets the buddy doll, and basically because of the computer chip and stuff, basically Chucky can actually learn from people. Like, so this Chucky buddy doll can learn from people and stuff, and he can basically control items like a TV or like electronic stuff, which I kind of like that whole aspect, how he could control like electronic stuff and like kind of like he had his own superpower. So it was like Chucky, but he had his own kind of superpower. How he could control things and stuff, which I kind of like that aspect. Don't get me wrong. With this Chucky, that was kind of cool and stuff. I love the whole like the mum actress. The mum actress was okay, and her name was the actress's name was Andre Plaza, and she played Karen. And I feel like she did an okay job playing Andy's mum. Andy in the movie, he was uh, basically deaf in one ear. He was he like Andy, like the actor who played Andy, did such an amazing job as playing Andy in this like Chucky reboot universe. And his name was Gabriel Bateman, Bateman. Hope I pronounced that right. Uh, and as you all know, Mark Hamill played the role of Chucky in this reboot universe. As I said before, Mark Hamill did an amazing job as playing this like Chucky universe reboot and stuff. And yeah, he did an okay job. Like, don't get me wrong, like I like the originals more than probably this one. Because this one was kind of a bit eh. Don't please no one hate me because I don't like this one. Uh, that's just my opinion. But I prefer the originals. I think the originals are better than this one. Think this one was a bit too rushed, in my opinion, as I said before. But the cast in this did amazing. They stuck to what they were told. They stuck like the acting wise. the acting wise, they did brilliant in this movie. And for a reboot of Chucky, yeah, it went kind of sideways, I feel, but I it was a good movie. Like, it wasn't that bad. Like, going into the movie, it wasn't that bad. I was actually the only one in the cinemas. Like, no one when I was in there, no one was basically in there. I was like, I had the whole cinema to myself, and I was like, oh well, like no one is actually seeing the new Child's Play movie when it's out in Australia. So it's like, well, like no one is actually seeing Child's Play yet, because I know why Toy Story is out too. So people are probably seeing Toy Story 4 instead of this new Child's Play reboot and stuff. So yeah, that's probably why too and stuff. Like they're probably seeing, and plus Avengers Endgame is still out too in some of the cinemas in Australia, so people are going to probably see that also. But overall, the other cast members, there was a detective guy, and he was played by Brian Ty Henry. I'm pretty sure I pronounced that right. And he played Detective Mike. He was an okay character. I liked his character. He had a mum in the movie, and basically the mum actually got her this new car, and basically Chucky controlled it in the movie. I like the whole scene where basically Chucky was controlling her car. I love basically how uh, there was like basically Chucky's mum was dating this like kind of like dating having a fling with this boyfriend of hers called Shane. He was kind of like a dick in like the beginning of this movie, and basically he didn't really get along with Andy. Oh no, so basically he played Shane, and basically he was played by David Lewis. He was, don't get me wrong, he was an okay character. As I said, he was a bit of a dick to Andy in the movie, and basically he was kind of like, how do I get the word out? He he was abusive to Andy, and basically Chucky goes after Shane, and he ends up, spoiler alert, as I said before, ends up killing Shane in the movie, which was a brutal death. I'm pretty sure. I'm gonna find out if. Give me a second. Sorry, guys. So basically, the janitor was a pretty interesting character also, uh, and he was Trent Reddekopp. I think I'm sorry that I'm bad with pronouncing these names. Like, geez, he played Gabe in the movie, and he was like the janitor. He was an okay, like he did an okay job. In the role as the janitor in the movie. He actually brought Chucky back to life again, because Chucky and gets basically killed by Andy and his friends, and basically uh, Gabe, the janitor, brings him back to life again, and basically Chucky ends up killing him, slicing him up, basically, which I love that scene. That scene was so brutal. Going into that scene, I was like, well, yeah, damn, he did a good job. But overall, there was a few like really creepy scenes too. Like I love the whole creepy scenes when Chucky was like friggin' hiding and shit and just like completely going nuts. But yeah, what can I say? Like this, even though I didn't like this movie much for a reboot because I like the original, as I said before, this movie wasn't that bad. I'm not gonna like rip it to shreds or anything, because yeah, it's a reboot, and yeah, they did their best to try and make it their own in a way. Um, from the original movies, because the original is still living on. It's going to be getting its own TV series called Child's Play, which I'm really looking forward to the TV series. And I reckon the TV series is going to probably be amazing. That's just my opinion, as I said, because I love the old Chucky original movies. So I love. Don't get me wrong. I love this movie. This movie was great for its like own take on the whole Chucky universe kind of stuff. But my rating for it would probably have to be a 6 out of 10. It was an okay movie. Don't get me wrong. As I said before, this movie was just kind of trying to make Chucky, their Chucky, kind of their own take on the whole Chucky universe spin kind of thing. And as I said before, like they called these Chucky dolls basically the Chucky, like basically the Buddy dolls. Instead of the good guy dolls and stuff. So that was kind of like, really, you could have stuck with the whole kind of like the good guy dolls, maybe. I don't know. But what do you? That's a question. What do you guys think that they should have done? Should have stuck with the whole original like storyline, called them the good guy dolls instead of like the buddy dolls? I couldn't stand like how they made like buddy point two, like buddy dolls point two, which was such I couldn't stand that scene. Because they had like a bear Chucky, and I'm like, what is this movie turned into? Like it was such, like the ending was so rushed, and it was such a mess at the ending because like of like the Chucky 2.22 dolls, and it was just such like you could tell that this movie was like at the very end, it was like so rushed. You would not believe how like rushed it was. Like it just some scenes did not make sense at all. And this isn't me ripping it to shreds, but like some scenes you notice that, hey, this movie was a bit rushed. What were they doing in this movie? Like why were they rushing this movie? But overall, as I said, good for its own kind of universe of Chucky and stuff. Would it get a number two? Would it get a sequel? That's the question. What do you guys think? Do you guys want to see a number two of this reboot universe Chucky? If so, comment your thoughts down below. If not, comment your thoughts down below. But overall, as I said, it wasn't that bad. It was just, in my opinion, the originals are better than probably this one, and I'm sticking to that because I like the original Chuckies. And if this does get a sequel, then I will probably go and see the sequel of this. Even though, like, I don't like this universe Chucky that much, but I will go see the sequel if it does get a sequel. And yeah, please, one and all, as I said before, let me know your thoughts, and thank you one and all for checking out this review of mine of the Child's Play. Hope you all enjoyed, and see you all next time for another Galaxy Man review show. Bye for now.